Alrighty, so tonight was the first time that we lost on a season opener since 2001 against the UCLA Bruins. That is not a good piece of history to have. The Godfather of the SEC says back to the drawing board. Yep. Because, I'm looking at the schedule, right? And we better rebound quick and fast. So we've got Wisconsin week 3. No doubt about that. That's going to be coming. We've got to go to Georgia. We've got that revenge game against me. Yeah, and of course, the Florida State fan base. Yeah, I know. Running. Get it all out of your system. You're running down the field. That's all right. You're starting field. There you go. There we go. And we've got Jeff Wade on Talk Sports joining us for the post-game show. Here we go. Let me see. Come on. There we go.
How you doing tonight, Jackson?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Norvell's pretty happy, but we aren't. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
I'm doing all right, Jackson. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good. I didn't think you could hear me at first. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's a good day of college football. Bat week 1, all that.
Not for
but
us, though.
That game, we suck.
Ugh, I know.
I don't want to overreact. Because
agreed.
Again, I was the one that said we were asked very recently, was this a must-win game for Kalen DeBoer? I still do not believe that game was a must-win for Kalen DeBoer. But how we played was not good. And there are major problems for Alabama right now. I don't know, Jackson. I think that we might not be good. We legitimately might not be good. And the thing is that Nick Saban, he mattered, man. He was elite, man, greatest coach of all time, whatever. But the times have changed. NIL and the portal, we're not massively ahead of everybody else anymore. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, Florida State pretty much dominated the game. Outside of us, we had the opening touchdown, right? Yeah. We scored. We were up 7-0. Outside of that, Florida State pretty much dominated. Malzahn, credit to Gus Malzahn, world beater of Alabama. Malzahn just knows how to do it, right? He just knows how to do it. He did it at Auburn. He's beat Nick Saban several times, and he just did it again as offensive coordinator of Florida State. Had those couple reverse plays that were really good. He did good. I don't want to say masterclass by Malzahn, but a good offensive coordinator, debut for Florida State. Castellanos, he backed up his words. Now everybody's going to believe him, right?
Oh.
So yeah, it's just all around just abysmal for Alabama. And again, I'm not super confident now that our 10-2 is going to hold up.
No, because I'm looking at the schedule we got the rest of the way. We do not look like a team. You know what? We'll close you out, Ad. I don't like our chances against Georgia or Tennessee for that matter right now. I really don't.
Or South Carolina or even Auburn. We'll see how good LSU looks tonight. Things could snowball, man.
I know. It's a disaster.
Hey, I never laughed at you, Stephen Cherry. I don't know when you picked. I don't know when you picked Florida State. I don't remember. I don't think I laughed though. I wouldn't have thought.
I think that was probably me, but I know like Austin said it was going to be 2019 Alabama over Florida State. He had it as a close one, but
I mean, if I
like,
did laugh, if I did, tell me. Because, again, my memory might be a little bit foggy right now after watching that. But I don't believe I did it because the thing is that I believe Florida State had a shot, even though I picked an Alabama blowout win practically. I think we both said 35-17, I believe.
and Coach Smoot said 48-17 over Florida State.
Well, we were all wrong. And the thing is that even though I picked pretty much a blowout win for Alabama, I never said that Florida State couldn't win. Never said that. Never said that. Obviously, they could win. I told you the biggest thing I was concerned about was Florida State fans getting engaged in the game, which they did, because they took the lead on us after we led 7-0, then they scored touchdown 7-all, then 14-7, 17-7. The fans got engaged. I don't know. Well, the problem is, Stephen Cherry, I think, because the way he said it was off-putting for a lot of people, and especially Alabama fans, and even me and Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Because what's a key what's a key character trait people look for in people? Humility. And when he says something like that, it just doesn't seem very humble. It does seem very cocky. But you can interpret it as confidence. You can. I mean, you can interpret it as that. And by all means, the guy went out there and delivered a heck of a performance outside of a couple bad throws that weren't significant because they weren't picked. But, he wasn't perfect, but Castellanos was pretty good. I think, honestly, the bigger story in this game, more so than Castellanos, was how good Florida State's defense pressured Alabama. They did not allow us to run the ball. We cannot run the ball. And I understand there are going to be some Alabama fans that are going to grift probably and say, well, hey, we didn't have Jam Miller. It wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. We cannot run the ball like we used to. And the biggest problem is that I don't think our offensive line is significantly improved. It didn't look significantly improved, at least today. Maybe it will get better by, second half of the year, at least hopefully by the Georgia game. But I was not impressed by our line for the 5th straight season. Since the 2020 year, our offensive line has not been that good. And, yeah, we didn't protect Ty Simpson. And Ty Simpson's going to get a lot of crap, too. Did he play bad, in your opinion?
Not good, but not the greatest. But I think we all put like a little too much on Ty Simpson, honestly.
Absolutely. So, essentially, my mindset with you, I would even go as far to say that he played okay. Like, I don't even think he didn't play poorly. I think he played okay overall. He wasn't perfect. There was moments where he was very shaky, but his effort was there. He tried. I mean, you saw that 4th down run that he was this short on. I mean, the guy in the play before that, he was almost sacked and he somehow got out of it. Ty Simpson tried. And he actually made some good throws in this game, that maybe speak to the future this season that he is our guy. Bernard had like 150 receiving yards. He was a factor all game long. Obviously, Ryan Williams was not a factor that much because, again, teams just are covering him to death. And when he is catching it, they're hitting him hard. Florida State hit him hard. And, I'm concerned about Ryan Williams. I mean, he's shaking up right now.
That was targeting. I mean, it's like that crap.
Honestly, I'm actually going to disagree. I think that it was okay. They didn't call it. I don't think he hit him in the head. I looked at the replay. I could be wrong. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. But I watched it about 5-6 times. I was like glued to the screen. I didn't see targeting. Now, my folks were mad. They were like, it should have been targeting. And if it had been called, I'd have been okay with it. But I don't think it was. I don't. But Maybe I'm wrong. But to your point, could have been called. But even still, it wouldn't have mattered, I don't think.
And there's a lot of questions now about Kane Womack and how he's doing as defensive coordinator. Like, I say we stick it out for at least the rest of the season. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because it's week 1, not week 11.
Yeah.
But we do have to make changes, and fast. Honestly,
the bigger issue, and I agree with this comment from the Real Dynasty. Appreciate you for watching. He said, I'm not even worried about the targeting crap. I'm just pissed off. We had to stop, and our defense still made a big penalty. Yeah. Like, we were going to get a stop on that drive. It was like going into third down. It was going to be 3rd and 10. And then remember Tim Smith. You remember he hit Castellanos when he was on the ground. Remember he rolled over him and got that penalty. That changed the game. Because I believe, we'll never know, but it would have been 3rd and 10 for Florida State. The tide was turning, pardon the pun. But didn't it feel like the tide was turning back in Alabama's favor there early in the fourth? I mean, we cut it 24-17, and we had them at a 3rd and 10. But then Tim Smith rolls over Castellanos on the ground. And what happens? They call a late hit, gives them the first down, and then like 2 plays later, you had Malzahn running that reverse play again that they ran in the first quarter. And it's like that completely changed the game. And then Florida State scores a touchdown, goes back about 2 scores, and that's it. If Tim Smith doesn't do that, I think we would have had a chance. But we'll never know. And I agree with that comment because to me that was the play that screwed the game up. And it sucks because you look at stuff in hindsight and you say Florida State loses. What would they be looking at? Jalen Lucas, ex-Indiana player. You remember when he looked like he was about to try to catch the ball. He doesn't go for it. Ball hits him, and then we pick the ball up. That should have screwed up Florida State, and it kind of did. It did kind of help the momentum go back in our favor. But that's what Florida State fans would be looking at if they had a loss. They'd have been like, oh, it was that play right there. Well, the play that messed us up, because after that play by Tim Smith, we lost any momentum we had, all control of the game after that point. And it sucks because, like I said, we'll never know if we would have had a chance. It just sucks because Alabama, we've been of the belief that after Saban, we were going to be all right with DeBoer. And again, I'm not ready to say that we're in massive trouble here. Like that we're falling apart and we're about to be in a dark age of Alabama football, but things are not good right now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not good right now. And I mean, if Alabama did somehow go 6-6, 7-5 this year, right now it wouldn't shock me. I still think we can do better than that, but we're not playing good football right now. And it's going to be very telling how good Florida State ends up being this year. If Florida State has a great season, then that will look good for Alabama that we lost to a good team, right? Yeah, will look better at least. But if Florida State ends up being just average, then that's really going to look bad. And let me ask you a question, Jackson, about DeBoer. When you see his face, right, late in the game, and there's just like no emotion, what does that tell you? Well, how do you feel about that from DeBoer? Because Saban would never have been like that. He would get mad and throw headsets and stuff. DeBoer's just sitting there like almost like he's defeated, like he doesn't know what to do. What are your thoughts on that?
That doesn't make me feel good. That doesn't make me feel good. No. That's bad. That is bad.
Like Brian Kelly stuff right there. I mean, I understand it. Like, if you literally don't have an answer,
True.
You don't have an answer, but you still have to do something, show some emotion. Like, I just didn't see from DeBoer what I wanted to see. Like, in that moment, the camera panned to him over and over, and he just looked like, that's it. We're done. we're cooked, and I've got nothing. And that's not good. That is not good at all. The real MVP, spelling doom. Alabama's season is over. They might not go bowling. Alabama's going back to the mid-2000s there. I hope not. I hope not, but it's not looking very good.
Oh man, it's just like, man, because I'm like going ahead and looking at the stats. I'll go ahead and, ugh. Two touchdowns. Castellanos, man, he didn't throw any touchdowns, but he did run for one. Yeah, our rushing game is not good today.
Nope, and it hasn't been for a couple of years now.
Like when Danzy ran for that touchdown before the end of the first half, I got a little nervous. That's when I started getting nervous. Honestly. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean they like Abdul said here, Florida State, they looked faster, but I don't know if that's more so that they're just more athletic than Alabama, because that's not the case. That is not the case in my mind. I think Alabama has the more athletic team, but it just seemed like Florida State wanted it more.
Yeah.
It kind of seems like after the season they had last year, even though a lot of the guys they brought in are portal guys like last year's team and the year before that team and the year before that team for Mike Norvell at Florida State, even though they brought in a lot of transfers, whatever message they had going, like 2-10 last year. We sucked last year. We're bringing in Castellanos and all these guys who are undervalued and has a chip on their shoulder and all that kind of crap. You know, like that kind of stuff. Whatever message they were selling this offseason and whatever they were preaching in practice and fall camp, it worked because they came out, whatever the rest of their season looks like, they look like a top 15 team in this game. And I mean, This is my response to Sean Garner's comment. Appreciate you being here, Sean. Bama has 5 games against preseason ranked teams, as well as games against Auburn, Mizzou, and Wisconsin. Yikes. My response to that is that games look a whole lot tougher when you're not looking good, when you're not playing good. That's the thing. Because most years for Nick Saban, you look at a schedule like, okay, we'll win them all. Maybe lose one. The reason that the schedule looks even harder with all these games is because we don't look good. That's the thing. I mean, if we go out there and beat Florida State like me and Jackson and Coach Smook thought by 3 touchdowns, then that schedule wouldn't be looking so bad right now. Because literally coming into the season, we're talking about the Georgia game, the South Carolina game, maybe the Auburn game, maybe Tennessee, whatever. But now you're talking about Oklahoma and Missouri, Wisconsin. It better not be Wisconsin. We better blow them out. But you know what I'm saying? Like, those games look harder because we look bad. So that's just my response to that. Like, I agree with you, Sean. You are right. But most years for us, 5 games against preseason ranked teams wouldn't matter. But we don't look good right now. No. So, yeah, now it's a problem. I agree. You're right. But the schedule shouldn't be an issue. We're the problem. We're not playing good. And
we couldn't even tackle Castellanos at one point. That play where it was like the late hit call. Like, how did we not get our hands on him? Like, my God, that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and we got Stephen Cherry here saying Saban was known for physicality. DeBoer style is finesse, and it has softened the trenches. I mean, I'm not going to refute that. Physicality wins. I mean, yeah, you've got to be smart. Like, you can't just be a big, like, physical player and not have smarts, right? Or, whatever, a good system. But the thing is that when you're not physical, I mean, again, Florida State out-muscled Alabama on both lines of scrimmage. And I understand Tim Keenan out. I get all that. Latham got hurt. We got some issues right now, but it don't matter. We should have enough depth that we should have been able to win. You thought as the game went on that we would have started to get it figured out because Florida State doesn't have the depth we supposedly have. I mean, the only bright spots in the game was Ty Simpson's effort. He tried. Bernard and our field goal kicker outside of he was short on one. Our field goal kicker was pretty good. There's not a whole lot of positives. We were not good. I love this comment here. Like, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. I think this is opposite day. We'll go with opposite day, and this is true.
Yeah, I take it that he's being sarcastic.
Yeah, clearly, I know. So I pulled it up. Appreciate you being here, but yeah, clearly not how that is. But yeah. And then they were talking about Roydell, right? Roydell, former Bama player. He had some moments in the game. I don't know, man. I think Alabama is definitely human now. We are a normal program now. Like we'll always have the Saban. We'll always have that, right? Well, all that's there, and it will always be there. And if we do supposedly go into a rough patch right now, we're still Alabama, but we're very beatable right now.
It's like the Hey Arnold episode, Rhonda Goes Broke, where it's like her parents are like, "Oh no, we've lost everything in the stock market. We gotta go to the boarding house," and it's like,
Yeah.
why? Like, that's us right now. That's what it's feeling like.
I mean, have you talked with other Alabama fans?
Some of them are not happy. Like they're kind of quiet at the moment. They are quiet, but I will have my phone blown up in text messages in just a little bit.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, really dumb question, but is Alabama? It's one game. I mean, I'm not over. I'm not. It's just a hypothetical. Is Alabama this season worse? Are they going to be worse than like Georgia Tech?
Yikes. We'll know
like
more.
that.
I think we'll know more on how we play against Wisconsin 2 weeks from now. But if we're playing really bad next week, then I'm really panicking.
I mean, again, it's just a hypothetical question. So, again, I'm not committing to an answer myself. I just wanted to see how you felt. But I agree with you. That's a great response. I think the only time will tell. It's one game. It's a week one overreaction to say Alabama's complete garbage. I mean,
oh my God! Like I just got a text from my mom just now saying the board needs to start packing his bags. Like, don't throw the baby out.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the sentiment around Tuscaloosa and the entire state of Alabama. That's the thing is I mean, a lot of people said that Alabama was going to fall off. I just thought DeBoer would be able to kind of be like Lincoln Riley to Bob Stoops at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Alabama was still going to win at a high level. Like, didn't you? I mean, we both felt like DeBoer, he's not going to be saving. We know that. It's not going to happen. But he's still going to be able to win 10, 11, games on a regular basis, and we'll still make the playoffs. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true. I mean, this is actually true. But the problem is that Alabama would get every team's best shot back in the day, but we were able to win. Now, I mean, what's going to happen once Alabama, like if we have multiple, yeah, I love how we got the Auburn fans coming around because they finally got a good win. No offense to Auburn fans, appreciate you for being here. We want all viewers. I'm not trying to hate. Again, it was a good win over Baylor, but I mean Auburn's been absolute dog crap for like 6 years, right? And now they got one good win, right? And Alabama's like sucking wind I know, like Bama loses and the whole world rejoices. It's not just Auburn. It's Ohio State fans, Clemson fans, USC fans, Washington fans, Indiana fans. You know, even though I'm an Indiana fan and Alabama fan, don't want Alabama to lose ever. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just cracks me up this is the case. Like, they're coming out of the woodworks. Auburn fans are back, man. They're back.
My IT guy is calling for DeBoer's head.
Yeah, IT guy. I don't blame you, IT guy. I mean, I don't want to pack DeBoer's bags yet because I don't want us to become Auburn. That's what Auburn's been doing for years, is hiring and firing and hiring and firing and coaches. You don't do that because you get in this cycle of crap like Nebraska, hirings and firings. If we do that, DeBoer's gone. Get rid of him. Who are we going to get? Lane Kiffin? Who are we going to get? You're not going to get Dabo. You're not going to get Kirby. You're not going to Ron Day. So it's like, who are you going to get? Who's better than DeBoer? Signetti? Heck no. I don't want that to happen anyway. But you know what I mean? Like I'm just telling you that if we get rid of DeBoer, if we go 7-5, 6-6 this year and we get rid of him, who's better? Who could we get? And then that coach does bad and gets fired, and then now you've set the standard. Well, okay, you have a couple bad years of Bama. You're not going to be given time to build anything. You're not going to get, whatever. You're just going to get fired, and then no one's going to want to come and then you're going to hire Mike Locksley. Again, that I'm joking at this point saying that, but I'm just telling you that you can't do that either. You can't fire DeBoer prematurely unless you know for sure that he's just not it. If he's not it, he's not it. But you can't just prematurely axe the guy because of the fact, 2 seasons of non-Saban performance he's done, and then, again, who you going to get? Yeah, Saban's not coming back because he doesn't he does not like the modern rules of college football that I own the portal.
Saban's happy doing college game day and learning how to cuss with Pat McAfee. He's happy doing that. But Mary J says it's one game, first game with new QB, and we played poorly, sounding like fair weather fans to me, wanting everyone fired after the first game. That's fair. Yeah. And Zachary Will just says it's one game and we'll fix the problems. We'll be all right, I believe. The real dynasty was asking, what the hell was Ryan Grubb calling today? I don't think that was much of Ryan Grubb calling. It was somebody else.
Well, regardless, I think that the play calling was suspect. I mean, I don't think Ryan Williams was utilized properly. I mean, Ryan Williams, the couple of times that you saw him go downfield, what did Florida State do? Grab, reach, holds, flags. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, when you've got that guy and Ryan Williams, you need to either run screenplays for the guy and have blockers so he can run slant routes, or you go deep with him so he can try to beat somebody. And if he doesn't beat somebody, then guess what? Flag. They didn't do that most of the game. I don't understand it. Basically, all Ryan Williams was for the vast majority of the game was just a decoy to get Bernard open. And it worked a lot. But Ryan Williams is your guy. He's your number one. And where was Horton? I didn't see Horton Here's a Who at all. He was a non-factor.
Unfortunately, we didn't hear Horton here in the Tide today.
So, I don't know. I mean, you got Stephen Cherry saying Lanning will be the next coach at Alabama. I mean,
no, he's happy at Oregon.
He's happy. Oregon's paying him a lot. I don't know. I mean, people are saying DeBoer's not covered the SEC. DeBoer's like wrong. It's not the right program, whatever. I would be more willing to say not the right program than just like the SEC in general. I mean, Alabama is such a high standard. I don't know if almost any coach can really handle it right now. I mean, it's almost like Alabama has to become more average. So, the expectations will be lower, but I don't want the expectations lower. Once you start lowering expectations is when you lose that elite status. I mean, again, as a program, historically, we will always be elite over like every other program except, maybe if one or two other programs that are right there with us end up going on historic runs for the next 20 years while we sucked and, they've passed us. But it's like we're all like Alabama, Ohio State, Michigan, Notre Dame's historic past, all these great programs. We're up there. We're always going to be up there, even if we have a rough stretch here. But it's like in the present, you don't want to lower that standard. You don't want to become average. You don't want to go through a rough stretch of 10, 15 years of horrible football until you figure it out again. You don't want that to occur. I mean, again, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but again, we've got major problems. Week 1 overreactions is that the sky's falling and that we are complete trash and we're going to go 5-7. That's the sky's falling. I don't think we're going to do that. I hope we turn it around. I hope the war figures it out. But this was a really bad performance for Alabama, and I really don't have much else to say. It was awful. Absolutely awful. I can't say I completely unexpected it. I thought we would win. I thought maybe there'd be a little struggles at first, but we'd figure it out. But, man, Florida State, they might be a lot better than we thought. Or, again, Alabama might be really that bad. But, again, we got to see what we're going to do from here on out. Hopefully when we play Wisconsin, we're better and get some momentum back and could still maybe go 9-3 or something like that at best. But we got a lot of fixing to do and better play calling and get healthy and get some confidence back in this program because there's issues going on right now.
Great.